Welcome to the Hunter Report. I have the Sony 28-135 GOS here, and I have the G Master right here. We're here in New York City, and while these lenses aren't quite apples to apples, we're going to do a little sharpness comparison, and then we're just going to evaluate. This is a totally different lens than the G Master. It has gear rings and it has power zoom. So let's go ahead right now and put it to the test. All right, so button review. This is the iris lock, so it locks you, so you can lock the aperture right there. This is the zoom ring. It feels to me like the zoom ring is by electronics, so you know, it is what it is, but it's like not super responsive. So that's one thing to notice. You can focus here, and then you just pop up that, and it's so if I take a look at the screen right there, if I put it into manual focus, you see all the red focus peaking comes in, and then I'm manually focusing that way. And then if I pop it out, it just goes into autofocus. And then you see right here, we got a manual servo. So if you pop that, then the power zoom button works as opposed to the zoom stick right here. And final button is optical steady shot, on versus off. All right, so on the left we have the power zoom, and on the right we have the G Master. These were shot within a few minutes of each other, and they're both at 28 millimeters at f4, as you can see right there, and they both focused right here on this guy whose name is David Glasgow Farragut, and he was a Civil War general for the United States in the Navy, so rather an admiral. Let's go ahead and zoom into his head, which was the point of focus. If you take a look right here in the binoculars, this is the G Master on the right, and you can just see that the binoculars, these two lines on the binoculars, they're just more visible, and the head just looks crisper. Let's go ahead to the edge. Let's follow the tree out. Yeah, the tree definitely looks blurrier here on the power zoom. Again, both at f4, both at the same focal point. And this building looks sharper in the G Master. And it just looks like blurrier, I don't know, like... Now, given this is f4, I mean, this could be described as bokeh. You could describe that blur, you know, as an intended effect. And if you take a look at the images, you know, out here, you know, they're close to each other. You know, I'm not seeing huge differences, and again, there were slightly different times of day, so the sun is different. I mean, the G Master definitely is sharper, you know, given the edge to edge, given that we were at f4. And that's about all there is to be drawn. And the G Master is definitely sharper right here at the center of the lens where the focus was. Let's go ahead right now to the lens flare test. So the lens starting on the G Master is just so beautiful. It looks like a Zeiss cinema lens. And the lens starring on the power zoom leaves a bit to be desired. Now, if you look at the lens flaring, they're both under control, so they both give you nice lens flares, but the stars on the G Master just win. Hey guys, so here's the conclusion. The optics on the G Master are just better. I know I didn't test all the focal lengths, and I know I didn't test all the apertures, but from the small sharpness test that I did, and combined with the lens flare and the lens stars, I'm gonna say that most likely the optics are better on the G Master throughout the entire range. Now, this lens is actually quite old with the power zoom. It's like 1 to 2 years old. Sony is actually coming out with an APS-C update to this lens with the gear rings, and it's gonna retail for around $3,500. It's appearing on February 10th. And I'll be testing that literally as soon as I can get my hands on it. Probably after that, there's gonna be an update to the full frame line. But what I would say is, if you're chasing optical excellence, if you're chasing cinematography, if it's only between these two lenses and not any cinema lenses, then I would really steer you towards the G Master. And the G Master is, so this is just another reason to have the G Master in your toolkit. And yeah, it doesn't have follow focus and focus rings. And what I would recommend is what every cinematographer has probably done, which is you just get this little LAN party solution which clips onto your G Master right here, and you can have follow focus and even follow zoom. So that's one way of doing things. Or on the A6500, you can just visually press with the back of the screen. So there's many ways to skin this cat. But what I would say is that the G Master is retailing for about $2,100 US, whereas the power zoom here is, 25, 26. So it feels to me like the G Master is just a better deal for the money. And go ahead and check the description below if you want to get your hands on either of these products. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is the Hunter Report. Please subscribe. Please give me thumbs up, and I'll see you soon.